What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Diego Lopes has responded to critics who believe he does not deserve a rematch against Alexander Volkanovski for the title. In a recent interview with MMA Fighting, Lopes explained that no fighter would ever turn down a championship opportunity, no matter the circumstances. He pointed out that fans and analysts will always find something to complain about, regardless of who gets the shot. According to Lopes, if the UFC had chosen Movsar Evloev, people would have criticized the decision by saying he had not fought in over a year. If Lerone Murphy had received the opportunity, others would have argued that he only beat someone who was not even in the UFC. Now that he has been given the fight, Lopes says the criticism has simply shifted toward him. He believes this proves that no decision will ever satisfy everyone. In his view, there will always be someone trying to find flaws and create negativity. Despite the noise, Lopes remains focused on making the most of his chance and proving himself inside the cage. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news. Sean O'Malley has clarified his previous comments about the possibility of retiring, revealing just how serious he was about the idea if he had lost at UFC 324. Leading up to the fight, O'Malley openly discussed the chance that a loss could end his career and admitted there was a real scenario where 2026 might have been his final year in the sport. Looking back now, he cannot say for certain if he truly would have walked away after a third consecutive loss, but he described the thought as terrifying. Speaking about his mindset going into the fight, O'Malley explained that he questioned how much he really wanted to continue. He said, "Realistically, you never know. If I would have lost, I'd be like, these weight cuts suck. I don't know if I would have been like that, but it's possible. I'm going to retire when I feel like it's time. If I would have lost, it could have been my final fight. I have such a good life back home. I could have just been like, you know what? It's time." He continued, reflecting on how scary it was to even have that thought in his mind. It forced him to confront how badly he wanted to keep going and whether he could push himself as hard as he did in the fight against Pereira. O'Malley said that the only way to truly know was to dig deep, and in the end, he did. The experience reaffirmed his passion and desire to continue competing at the highest level. It reminded him that he still has the drive, proving to himself that he is willing to fight through the challenges and keep pursuing his goals in the sport he loves. Moving on to another news. Fans have noticed some possible tension between Gene Silva and Mauricio Ruffy ahead of UFC 325. Ruffy is set to face Rafael Fiziev this weekend and has been training closely with Alexander Volkanovski in preparation for the fight. Recently, members of the MMA community pointed out that Silva has unfollowed Ruffy on Instagram, which quickly sparked speculation online. The situation raised eyebrows, especially since the two have been longtime friends and are both part of the Fighting Nerds team. Many believe Silva may be unhappy about Ruffy working alongside Volkanovski. For the past year, Silva has been calling for a fight with Volk and has made it clear that he wants that opportunity. Seeing his close friend train with the champion may have created frustration, leading to questions about their relationship and possible behind-the-scenes issues. Moving on to another news, Justin Gaethje's manager has addressed concerns about the wound on his neck that appeared before UFC 324. When photos first surfaced, many fans feared it could be a serious staph infection. Justin, however, continued to insist that it was nothing more than an ingrown hair, even as much of the MMA community remained doubtful. His manager, Ali Abdelaziz, later confirmed that claim in an interview with MMA Junkie. According to Ali, it was simply an ingrown hair, and Justin took antibiotics as a precaution. He added that Justin felt fine, had no complaints, and made no excuses. Ali praised him as the type of fighter who would never look for sympathy or use injuries as a reason for anything, showing his toughness and professionalism. Moving on to another news. Alexander Volkanovski has shared some interesting insight ahead of his rematch with Diego Lopes at UFC 325. According to Volk, the UFC may already be working behind the scenes on a potential matchup between Movsar Evloev and Lerone Murphy. At the moment, Evloev is ranked number 1 in the featherweight division, while Murphy sits at number 4. During a recent conversation, Volkanovski was asked about what could happen next in the division if he manages to get past Lopes. He mentioned that people have been talking about a possible Evloev versus Murphy fight to separate the top contenders and determine a clear number 1 challenger. Volk admitted that he has heard some whispers about the matchup. even though rumors are always circulating in the sport. Still, he believes this particular fight makes a lot of sense from the UFC's perspective. It would allow the promotion to build even more hype and create a clear contender for the title. He also pointed out that Evloev remains undefeated in the UFC, which makes the matchup even more exciting. While there may be some uncertainty about his overall record, his run inside the promotion has been impressive. According to Volkanovski, a fight like this could produce a standout challenger and bring more clarity to the featherweight title picture. Moving on to another news, Joshua Van and Manel Kape found themselves in a heated back and forth on social media over a potential UFC championship matchup. The new UFC flyweight champion Van has multiple options for his first title defense, but it appears he may have a preference. He could wait for Alexandre Antoja to return from injury for a rematch, or he could face one of the top contenders, Manel Kape, who recently dominated Brandon Royval in the main event of UFC Vegas 112, or Tatsuro Taira, the first fighter to finish Brandon Moreno at UFC 323. The tension between Van and Kape escalated over several days, starting Saturday and continuing through Monday and Tuesday. Kape tweeted, "Don't forget this. You're only in this position because I broke my foot and you replaced me against Brandon Royval. Everyone saw what happened once I came back from injury. So stop this rematch bullet. He knocked you out cold. There is no rematch. You're fighting me. Give me 4 weeks. That's all I need to put you back in diapers." Van fired back, "Titty boy, tell them why you said no the first time, you fat." Kape quickly responded, clarifying the situation. "Let me explain what this idiot is talking about. First of all, there was never a contract. Second, the UFC considered me fighting Joshua last Saturday to replace the Kayla versus Amanda fight, but they told me only 1 week before. Obviously, there's no way I'd make weight in 1 week, lol. And if I missed weight, I'd be more frozen than Arman. Let's do things the right way." Van continued, "Shut up. You didn't want to sign the contract." Kape replied, "What kind of contract are you talking about? You? I know you're an individual with significant intellectual limitations, so I'll give you a discount. If you want me to sign a contract, let's sign it for March 7th. The exchange highlights the intense competition and egos in the flyweight division, as both fighters make it clear that they are ready to settle things inside the octagon. While Van waits to see if Pantoja returns, or if other contenders emerge, Kape is making it clear that he wants his shot and is willing to push for it properly. The feud also underscores how social media has become a battleground for fighters to assert their intentions, clarify misunderstandings, and hype up potential matchups, leaving fans eagerly anticipating the next chapter in the flyweight division. Moving on to another news. Garry has shared strong praise for Islam Makhachev in a recent post on his Instagram. Along with a video, Garry wrote a caption describing Islam as one of the greatest fighters on the planet right now and the #1 pound-for-pound athlete in the world. He highlighted Islam's achievements, calling him a 2-weight world champion and a former world and European champion. Garry said Islam is absolutely unbelievable at what he does and one of the most dangerous men in the sport today. According to him, defeating someone like Islam completely changes how the world views you as a fighter. He added that beating Makhachev would transform his career and legacy. Garry made it clear that this is the challenge he wants and believes he is capable of rising to the moment and proving himself on the biggest stage. Moving on to another news. Duplessis has shared his thoughts on the upcoming clash between Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopes, and he believes Volk still has what it takes to win. He pointed out that many people think Volkanovski is nearing the end of his career, while Lopes is seen as a dangerous young savage who brings a lot of energy and aggression into every fight. Duplessis recalled their previous matchup, where many fans doubted Volk, yet he went in and managed to control and tame the younger fighter. Although Lopes had his moments and even clipped him a few times, Volkanovski largely dominated the fight and showed why he is such a respected warrior. He added that Volk's experience will likely play a major role once again. While Lopes is strong on the grappling side, getting Volkanovski to the ground is extremely difficult. According to Duplessis, that combination of toughness, defense, and experience could be enough for Volk to hold on to his title. Moving on to another news, Rose Namajunas has shared some sad updates regarding her health following UFC 324. Yesterday, it was revealed that she had to undergo eye surgery after suffering 2 eye pokes during her fight. Rose explained that the procedure was necessary to repair a canalicular laceration, and the recovery process is expected to be extremely challenging. She will have to keep a silicone tube in her eye for 3 months and will be unable to sneeze or blow her nose during that time. Rose posted about the surgery saying, "Alright guys, I'm heading into surgery. Canalicular tube surgery. I got poked in the eye a few times in the fight, and my tube is torn. It's going to be repaired right now, and I'm going to have a silicone tube in my eye for 3 months. Yeah, 3 months. So pray for me, guys. I'm just glad we can get it fixed." Her honesty and courage in sharing this update have resonated with fans who have sent their well wishes for a smooth recovery. Despite the difficulties ahead, Rose remains positive and focused on healing properly. The situation is a reminder of the risks fighters face inside the octagon and the resilience required to continue competing at the highest level. Fans are hoping for a speedy recovery so she can return to training and fighting safely in the future. Moving on to another news. Dominick Cruz has opened up about his emotional reaction to being inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame at UFC 324. Cruz revealed that the moment completely caught him off guard, as the UFC never tells fighters in advance and prefers to surprise them. At the time, he was fully focused on watching the fights and was not thinking about any kind of ceremony or recognition. He explained that what made the moment truly special was being next to Bisping and Chris Weidman when it happened. Seeing how genuinely happy they were for him meant more than the award itself. Cruz said that their reactions were the reason he immediately hugged them, because their support felt real and heartfelt. According to Dominick, their happiness hit him the hardest because they are former champions who understand exactly what it takes to reach that level. He respects them deeply for everything they have accomplished in the sport. They were competing during the same era, training, fighting, and winning at the same time, which created a strong mutual bond. He added that both Bisping and Weidman are some of the most competitive people on the planet. When athletes like that show you respect and make you feel like you truly earned something, it carries enormous weight. For Cruz, that look of approval and recognition from his peers is what truly made the moment unforgettable. Moving on to another news. Kamaru Usman has officially called out Islam Makhachev for a title fight, making it clear that he believes he deserves the next shot at gold. In a recent interview with Mike Bond, Usman explained that despite strong contenders like Michael Morales, Ian Garry, and Shavkat Rakhmonov in the division, he sees himself as the biggest challenge for Islam at welterweight. Usman admitted that there have been no direct conversations with the UFC yet, but he says it is no secret how he feels about the matchup. He expressed respect for Islam, calling him a great champion, while also stating that he believes he is the best possible opponent for him. According to Usman, it feels strange and even surreal that he has to keep selling himself and reminding people of his skill level and accomplishments in the sport. He explained that this is simply how the game works right now. It is all about what you have done lately, and fighters constantly have to prove themselves again and again. Usman said he hopes the UFC recognizes his past performances and gives him the opportunity to go out there and show once more that he is still the best fighter in the world. When asked about his future and when he might get answers about what is next, Usman admitted that he has no idea. However, he emphasized that the UFC knows he has always delivered, whether it is on short notice, 4 days, 6 days, or 2 weeks. He believes he is the guy they can rely on. He made it clear that he is always ready when the promotion needs him. At the same time, many fans and analysts believe that fighters like Morales, Rakhmonov, and Ian Garry are more deserving of a title shot at this moment. There is also the question of whether Usman's recent win over Walking Buckley is enough to push him into title contention. Buckley was ranked number 6 at the time, and Usman did not defeat someone in the top 5. Before that victory, the last time we saw Usman compete was at UFC 294 in 2023, where he lost a close fight to Khamzat. Since then, his activity level has been limited, which also raises doubts about his position in the title race. Meanwhile, JDM remains the number 1 ranked contender at welterweight. Reports suggest that the UFC is not interested in setting up a rematch between JDM and Islam. This could lead to a number 1 contender fight first, with the winner earning a title shot. Another possibility is that the UFC could skip that step and book Usman versus Islam for the White House card. With so many options on the table, the future of the welterweight division remains uncertain, and only time will tell how everything unfolds. Moving on to another news. TJ Dillashaw has shared his thoughts on a potential matchup between Khamzat and Alex Pereira, and he does not like what he sees for Pereira. While discussing the idea of the two champions facing each other, TJ made it clear that he believes Khamzat would run straight through him. Khamzat is currently sitting as champion in the middleweight division, while Alex holds the title at light heavyweight. With talk about possible super fights and even a White House card, some fans have imagined this matchup happening. However, Dillashaw said he hopes it never does, because in his view, it would be one-sided. According to TJ, this is not about loyalty or hype, but about styles. He explained that stylistically, Pereira would struggle badly against Khamzat's wrestling and pressure. He does not believe Alex could consistently stop the takedowns or defend against the grappling. Even with good timing and effort, TJ feels Pereira would not be able to keep Khamzat off him, making the matchup extremely dangerous for the light heavyweight champion.